And welcome to 540 Studio, the Beyond. Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land. Hope everyone is doing well. It is good to be here. We are on season 5, episode 6.1. You know why, Tom? It's 6.1. Because our last stream, we got shut down.
Don't talk about certain things. That's all I'm going to say. Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Yeah, you will get banned certain places and stuff like that too, so that's funny.
I'm tired of freedom of speech is gone. I'm going to say that much. I will say. But anyway.
Yeah. But we will still try to do our stuff and talk about fun stuff and
Just
whatever
nerd
stuff
stuff.
we want.
The nerd stuff. Screw the politics. Screw the rest. Just nerd stuff. We're nerds and just enjoy the nerddom.
So, of course, we're here today. Did not really plan to stream today, but I said, F it. I want to do something. And no, of course, Tom is here with me. And how are you doing, man? How you doing, brother?
Little wonky. I started my first 24-hour fast. Well, it's done now. I finished it here about 5 o'clock. From 5 yesterday, I'm gonna change my whole life. Like I said, you've seen my last vlog, which was new.
Yes.
I'm going to. I noticed, and a lot of people liked it. You said you liked it, my friend Shelly. A lot of people seem to like it, but I noticed something. And when you edit your own video, and you probably noticed if you've ever done your own stuff with your music,
Oh yeah, all the time.
you have to listen to your voice back. I'm like, I'm breathing heavy throughout it. Oh gosh, that's heavier than I usually do. No, I got to get back into shape. So I was like, and even my UK friends, she called me out last night. We were talking last night. You've said this before. Like, yeah, you're right. But now I guess, and she's right. I've said I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. But this time I
Yes.
noticed it. I actually have to. So I'm changing my eating habits. I'm not going to gout. Gotta monitor what I eat. I have to do intermediate fasting every day and fasting 24-hour fasting twice a week. It's going to be extreme, but I need to change. So
yeah, you are going for what we do because I know all about intermittent fasting, IF. I've done that multiple times in my life too. I used to live like that, but I didn't. I have tried the 24 hours once in a while, but I did not use that all the time. But I know that's the one we call the warrior diet because that's what a lot of people who does bodybuilding and workouts and whatever stuff in training, they do a lot of 24-hour fasting, especially when you look at bodybuilders when they're gonna go show their bodies. They have like a 24-hour no eating, no nothing, just so they get all the water gets out and to show their body.
I used to follow bodybuilding religiously when I was younger. I tried to get into it, but then I that's because I was a pro wrestler. I just never went that direction. But I have friends that were dietitians, bodybuilders, and no, they wanted to cut weight. Like you said, they get rid of water retention, so you see every detail of the muscle.
Yeah, and if you do the normal intermittent fasting, and the same with the warrior fasting too, you can of course you are allowed to drink, so that there is regulations of what you can do. Drink water is completely fine, and also black coffee is fine.
Green tea is too. Green tea is too, I guess. So I read up on that green tea also, and I do.
Just be careful. That's no sugar in it.
No, I don't have. I just green tea black. Just green tea black. So I don't ever put anything in my green tea anyway.
Yeah.
Straight out. So.
Yeah, no, exactly. No, I've done that multiple times. I used to live like that. I am planning to maybe go back at some point in August. I am planning to start working out again. Also get back into shape. And get my wrestler body back because I used to be big with
I was never
muscles.
big, but I've always had issues of weight all my life, my whole life. So
yeah, no, I totally get that. So no, gonna start that again. So there is a possibility that I will go back to intermittent fasting, the version that I do. But of course, it's a little bit hard at the same time because I have kids. So it's like certain eating rooms that we have. So I'm like, we have dinner this time and this time. So I need to like regulate it and try to like and make a plan for when I eat and, try to make it fit with the children, when they eat too. So we can eat together.
But sometimes if you're doing it for your health, you can just tell them I'm not going to eat it right now. If you're doing like the intermediate or something, like they'll have breakfast, dinner, and supper.
Yeah, but it's also problems when I have a wife who's so good at cooking.
True, but that's like I said, it's about your health too, and I think she'd understand.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's we all got to get
Her
healthy.
cooking is, it is the best.
Yep,
I so I need to, I will make a plan that works for me really
you
well.
got
It's
this,
not that
brother.
hard. Yeah, it's not that hard. But no, gonna do that. And no, a lot of stuff are happening where we are living right now with power stuff. So we are gonna get the electrician back here. As I posted on X, that a lot of shit is happening with the place that we're living. So we were afraid that we will not have power for a while.
Mm,
Luckily, we had an electrician here today. He looked at stuff. He said it's fine that we use the power, but we have to be a little cautious and limit time on electronics and stuff like that, and try to follow what's gonna happen. And he will come back hopefully Thursday or Friday, and things will be fixed. He's gonna go through everything.
mm.
So hopefully everything will be all right. It's really annoying when, because earlier today, I was not on any social, PC, anything like that, I'm like, I'm used to work. It is so weird for me to not work because I was gonna work on something, and I'm like, this is so weird, man. I don't usually wake up, I start working on something I need to work on for somebody or whatever, I'm like, shit, that's, normally I take the cup of coffee, sit down, start working, looking at what I need to do with my job, and just like, I can't do that today. So it's like, I don't know what to do other than, normally I always watch the kids. So I'm like, after watching kids, I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do? I can't use the Xbox either because we had to wait for the electrician. Like that, dude, that's not much to do where I live.
That's why I'm glad I have backup battery packs, 20, 30,000 milliamps, and I just put a headset on. Like last night, 11 o'clock, I said I'm going for a night walk. I went for a night walk and came back about midnight. It's weird. I seen an old friend of mine. I'm like, it's just this girl riding on a bike. I used to work in Wyndham with her, and she's like, "What
Yeah.
are you doing out at this hour?" She's like, "I got bear mace." I'm like, "Okay, but it's a random hour." But it was nice to
Yeah,
see her.
right.
But yeah, I just went out for a long late night walk and just came back and oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
just make a life change, man. That's what it is to me. I need to get
Yeah, no,
healthy.
exactly, exactly. And recently, I've when I finally could go back to my PC, it was no point of working because it was already too late. I'm like, ah, yeah, shit, I'm not gonna work. So finally, when I was sitting down on the PC, relaxing a little, my wife did a live stream today, because she does her karaoke live streams.
Hmm.
So I just, I decide I will sit down with the computer for a little bit, and I started like looking at so many steel cases and Blu-ray stuff, and I'm like, damn, dude, because I'm collecting a lot of stuff, so I'm making a big list of stuff that I'm gonna get at some point.
Nice.
There's a
Well, you know
lot
what?
of good stuff.
I haven't done something in about 3 weeks as game. I want to get back to gaming. I've just been so busy finishing my movie, getting other stuff done. Now concentrating. I was like, shit. I was gonna game last night,
Yeah,
and then I was so tired. I was like, but I might
yeah,
start gaming
right.
again soon. But yeah, gotta get back to it.
Exactly, exactly. And no, I'm looking at some Blade Runner stuff because I love Blade Runner. I love that universe. I'm not gonna watch the new one, the series. I'm not gonna watch that. I don't like the actor who is the main actor apparently in the show. I saw the trailer. I'm like, it might look like Blade Runner, but I feel this is. I don't feel it's Blade Runner. It just has the look of Blade Runner. You know what I mean?
It might be too woke, and I'm sorry. I don't like using that term because
Me
no,
neither.
not
But
everything's woke. But this is good.
this is a good way to call, to use the term woke.
Yeah, sort of like that, or that new game that's being released. It's anybody you play Horizon Zero Dawn. Well, there's a new one called Horizon Hunters. It's like an MMO with Horizon Zero Dawn characters. It's totally woke. There's like an overweight person with a peg leg. There's a lot of gay people. Like what? And oh my gosh,
Are you
it's just
serious?
oh
Like, I've
yes,
not seen that news. Oh
oh, it just came
Lord.
out, and it's like totally extremely woke. It's like, and it's getting way more hates than likes. The like to hate ratio is almost
Oh,
ten to
that's not
one.
good.
But people are like, no,
Yeah,
don't.
that's not good.
I love the first Horizon Zero Dawn. I loved it. It was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I haven't played the second one because you need a new system to play it. I hear they turned her gay, whatever. What I don't know, don't care. I still like the character. She's a badass. But now they're gonna just go totally woke, and it's like, oh, why? Just yeah,
Yeah, yeah, no, exactly, exactly. So yeah, then I got you, man. No interest for that either.
no, no.
But no, highly disappointed in a new Blade Runner. I'm not gonna watch it with that guy, because I will say that guy because it is a guy, and they talk way too much about that in interviews. They talk about that like all the time. It's like I don't care, but I watch some of the interviews to like see who this person is, and that's like the one of the main topics is them having a schlong between their legs and their dating life. That's like the main thing in the interviews I've seen. I'm like, why? Why is this so important? Just promote a movie or TV show that you're doing, right?
Anyway, I'm not gonna go there. I could say a lot right now, but after last stream, we don't want to get banned, so I'm just gonna shut up. So, oh, I could
You
say
can
stuff.
say a little, just
Oh
maybe
no,
try to
trust
keep
me.
it.
I'm nah, I can't even say that in a nice manner. I'm getting tired of it. So it's gone too far. They've
It is
hijacked
going too far.
they hijacked. I actually watched this amazing lesbian. She was really cool, and she said the rest of the was it the LGB, the TQ plus has hijacked it and needs to go away. So they've hijacked the community, which is sad because if anybody remembers Stonewall, that was a turning point for the community. And some of the teas are good, but some of them nowadays, the modern ones, not so much. Anyway, I'm not going to say anything too negative, but the community has hated more than
Yeah, no,
ever.
no, 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 exactly, Tom. And you know, I don't care what you are, but if you are gonna do an interview about your show or a movie
Don't
you're
talk about
doing,
that. Yeah.
don't talk about stuff like that because has nothing to do with what you're working on. I will just use a good example. Even, I have my views on trans people and stuff like that, but no, I'm still respectful to people.
Yeah,
Um,
same here. I got trans friends, actual transsexual friends, 100%. So,
so, um, One Piece, when the live action One Piece came out, yes, there is a trans actor in the show, but that person did not go around promoting this kind of stuff to
nope.
anybody while promoting the show. Even on their Instagram at the time, did not even promote it there. Only promoted the show behind the scenes, etc. That's all.
And I like the character and actually good actor. I was very impressed. I was like, yeah, good on him. So I was like, yeah, no, I didn't even notice until I read up on it. I was like, oh, okay.
Same here.
Yeah.
So so no, that's the best way to do it is just, don't talk about your personal life. You're an actor, talk about what you're doing, your work. So yeah, no, I saw the trailer to the new Blade Runner, it's not good and just it looks good, the world looks good of course because it's typical Blade Runner world, but it's a story and the actors that I think about.
I
Um
mean, the film is one of my all-time favorite films. The original always has been, and yes, believe it or not, there's a problematic scene in that film that some people will call out, and it is kind of problematic. And you know what scene I'm probably talking about. That I can't really say the word here online, but it's when he kind of is aggressive towards her in the room and he's forcing himself. You know what I mean? It's kind of, it does
yes.
that come off weird. It does. It really does. And that's the only part that still bothers me this day. But all in all, it's still a brilliant film. It really is
It
a brilliant
is. It
film.
is.
It's a piece of art. I have the box set with it was used. It's missing some parts. It's the DVD, but I want to get the Blu-ray version someday.
Yeah,
It's
no, exactly.
the briefcase.
Yes. Yes, I know exactly with the briefcase and everything like that. And
Yeah.
it's one of my all-time favorite films too. I also like the sequel with Ryan Gosling that we will also talk about later, Ryan Gosling
Yep.
himself.
Yeah. No, I enjoyed it
But I
too.
know, yeah, I highly enjoyed it. I think that's, when I have rewatched it multiple times and I always sit there and think like, this is how you do sequels to a movie with respect and love. This is how you do it.
Yeah. No,
Blade
I
Runner,
actually
I
have that
think
on.
is
It's classic. I have it on Blu-ray. That one, the second one. So
yeah, and I highly love that movie. So and Ryan Gosling, fantastic actor. He has become a little bit more of my favorite actor in the recent year now.
mm.
After I watched also Project Hail Mary, what a fantastic film it was. Such
Yes,
a beautiful film, so amazing. I still do not understand certain people in the community that people say we're part of, calling it woke and gay romance. That was, yeah, but
What?
still don't under. Yeah, yeah. Some people claim that in the quote unquote the community that we are part of, the fellowship, that people think we are part of, claimed that the movie Project Hail Mary is a gay romance between a human and a male alien. And yeah, they went a little bit far on what they talked when they talked about it, and it was like, one of the wokest movies created with gay romance.
I didn't see a romance. I just see two guys that became friends, an alien and a
They
human.
became good. Yeah, they became buddies.
Yes. What the hell was the gay? Oh my god, people are
I
just
don't know. Even the alien had a wife.
yeah, like they were. I liked the alien. He was cool. I was like, this is
He
just
was awesome. The alien was
yes.
awesome. So when I saw those reviews, like how people talked about it, I sit here and I'm like, did I miss something? Did we
Yeah,
watch the same movie?
people are
Or
just
did you
making
walk on
stuff
the
up.
room?
They're making stuff up for content. Look at me. I'm it.
Yes, yeah.
Stop. I don't pretend stuff. I'll never make believe for content. Like recently, there was this guy poking people and doing like I don't understand. And sorry, going off sidetrack. I don't
No, no,
understand
no, it's fine. It's fine.
content creators that scare people. Like you ever seen these people that ride their bikes and try to steer into crowds of people? You ever see they're doing they're doing wheelies and they try to steer their bikes into crowds of
Yeah.
people. That's a popular
Yep.
thing nowadays. I'm like, no, when somebody gets pulled off, no, they deserve it because they're pieces of trash. They should be arrested. And another person was sticking needles into people. They're clean. I don't care. He got arrested for doing that, thank goodness. Some of these content
Yep.
creators are stupid and they just want views. How about be
They
civil, be
do.
human, don't lie, don't pretend something just to get views. No, that's why maybe I've never been super successful because I'm honest. I don't make stuff up.
But that is, the most important thing is to be honest about
Yes.
this. It's like, yes, if something is terrible or woke or whatever, of course I will say it straight out how it is.
Yep.
But I'm not gonna call everything woke or, yeah, what Project Hail Mary gay romance apparently. But yeah, so no, a lot of them are just clip farmers. They pretend to hate it and they
Yeah.
will say certain things, but they don't really hate it. They just want to get the views. And I think a lot of them probably sits home and watch it themselves and actually enjoys it.
Well, I'll give. I wouldn't know that. I'll give 2 points in this. One, not everything is woke that people are saying. Like, I'll give this instance. For me, the new God of War game looks amazing. I actually like the actress playing it. It's just an extension. You're showing his wife's thing. She was
Yeah.
killed. You're going to tell the story. She's a woman. So
It's like
a woman.
it is a side story from the bigger part of the story. You get to know a lot more of this
Yes.
and that, and so
And the
yeah,
actress playing her, I'm a fan of her. She was in the original Daredevil, and she's still technically
yeah, she's
there.
a great actor. Yeah, she's
Oh
a great
yeah.
actor.
And people
So
said she looks no, she's actually cute too, but whatever. People are weird. And then
and they made the character look like her a lot with some
yes,
small differences here and there. But people go really far, and we've talked a little bit about that before. How far these content creators will go to just attack. What I mentioned. The Avatar, the Last Airbender live action show.
mm,
When they go so far to like find their Instagrams and like show pictures and call them ugly like on live stream and like just go personal attacks because the person has too chubby cheeks. That means they're fat.
mm, I don't get that. And the same thing. And I people said, and I didn't like it. I mentioned it to you. Supergirl. A lot of people were hating on the act. Now her attitude might be weird. I don't like her attitude.
Yeah.
She's ugly. No, I think she's cute. I really do. In the film, she's actually kind of cute. But people are like, she looks like a like. Stop that. People are just like whatever. Just people just want to.
Yeah, no, no, that that's the same thing. I There's a good example. With her. Is her personality.
Yes.
Typical Hollywood. Typical Hollywood saying the stuff. Typical shit. This and that.
Yep.
But I have seen her, in the Game of Thrones show that she did when she played a character as a young character.
No.
She's a decent actress. She's
Yeah.
nothing spectacular, fantastic. She's
She's good.
decent.
Yeah. No,
She's
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 good. So
decent. I have nothing problem against her. I think she could have done a good Supergirl if she had the right script, the right people behind it.
And she
She
could
could
have
have
shut
done
up post interviews too.
yes.
Like Supergirls like to be queer. No, stop. Don't. Why you have to bring that up? And
Yeah,
just
right.
not for the men.
But
Oh.
but no, no, exactly. And I also use, always Rachel Sigler as a example. Annoying person,
Mm.
she's annoying,
Oh yeah, very.
but I will never go again, I will never go and attack her for her looks just because she has that little underbite thing going on, and stuff like that. I don't care about that. That's not why I want to talk about her behavior. It's not because of that. Damn underbite people are,
That's
you know,
childish. Yeah. That is childish. Makes no sense. Like, leave her alone. Don't judge somebody in their look. Just like when just quick notice of like, if you ever go to a gym, you see a bigger person, people are laughing at them. I'm like, first off, that bigger person is there to better their lives. Why are you laughing at them? They're
Yeah.
there to try to get better. They're at a gym, you idiots.
And
Like people.
sometimes they're stronger than them.
Oh yeah, no, no, 100%.
Yes,
I've had some friends that have been huge, and no, yeah, but no, I mean, just
exactly.
people are so shallow and narcissistic, and just I don't know. Society's really got, and social media caused a big issue in this. Actually, I'm sorry that did. Social media has people judging people from every little.
Yeah.
Oh, you look like that. Stop. I mean, we have our preferences of what we're attracted to and stuff, but I'll never judge. Even if I'm not attracted to it, I'm not going to judge people in their looks. Like,
Exactly.
no, no,
Yeah, no, exactly. So again, the point is not everything is woke or
no,
gay or
no.
whatever when you watch stuff. Yes, like we have had, not the best Star Wars show coming out in the recent years, but I won't say everything is woke of the shows. That I will
No,
not.
no, no,
It's like Andor, the Andor show
not
that
at
I
all. Zero woke.
heavily enjoy. That is no woke in it, in my opinion.
No,
Even though they claim that season two was uber woke because they focused a little bit more on the other character too. I'm like, no, they focused on multiple characters. It was not just one.
no,
So I like to see all these sides of the characters. I don't want just one side. It's a TV show. It's good to get all the sides. That's the point of the show.
exactly.
And it was nothing woke about that. And I watched, rewatched a lot of Book of Boba Fett, and a lot of people claim that it's woke, and I won't say it is woke. Is it a little bit different than the Boba Fett that I know and loved in the expanded universe? Yes. But after rewatching the show, I started liking it more and more. Yes, is there certain things that could have been better in the show?
Yes, 100%.
Yes, of course, but it's still a pretty decent show, and I really enjoy it, and there's nothing woke about it.
Dude, he
So
wrote a Rancor. What are you gonna think? Come
yeah,
on,
right.
that was awesome.
That's probably gay romance.
I didn't hate it at all. Was it great? Yeah, but I enjoyed it. I actually rewatched some of it because before I watched the movie Mandalorian and Grogu, they said watch Mandalorian, which I rewatched. I enjoyed Mandalorian. Then watch like these last three episodes of that, and it'll lead you into the movie. I'm like, okay, and I rewatched them.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I remember I enjoyed it. It's like, yeah, no, no, it was
yeah,
fun. So
yeah. No, exactly. So not everything is woke, even in the Disney Star Wars universe is a good example.
yeah, yeah.
Um, and yes, acolyte you can call woke.
Yes,
That's fine.
yes.
That it is. You can completely say that. Is there good in the acolyte? Yes, there are a lot of good stuff in there too that could have been amazingly cool to see, and if they did it right, but it is unfortunately not that way. Um,
Great fight scenes.
eh,
Amazing fight scenes.
great, yeah, great fight scenes, not
Oh yeah.
terrible. And of course we had the Bad Batch series of Star Wars, the Bad Batch,
Never seen
with
that
the
yet, actually.
yeah, it's with the clones, the Bad
Yeah.
Batch clones, and I highly enjoy that show. And not woke at all. You have the main clones. You have a real story that actually matters, characters who do die and matters. Um, yes, and we do have this clone of Jango Fett, who is a little girl, who will grow up in the little scene. You see her grown up and join the good guys. But it was nothing woke about it at all, and You know, you you have to stop. I think a lot of people have to stop looking it with the same lens all the time and just follow every big content creator out there and
Yeah.
let them make up your mind.
See, that's one thing I find about this community too is some people I've noticed will like, oh, this content creator's talking about this, so we got to agree with them. No, I don't pay attention to most of them. I don't care. Like, and more power to them. Some are probably nice guys and nice girls, whatever. I just don't put my. I do my stuff for me and whomever wants to watch it. I don't follow other creators. I don't care what other people do. That's their thing. Like to me, and but I find a lot of people want to be in that echo chamber within this community also, which I just like stop, just don't. And everything has to be this. Okay, it's all woke. No, no, it's not. And then
Yeah,
it's
everything's woke. It's the same thing, when you know how much I love Rebel Moon. That's one
yeah,
of my favorite movies of all time of space opera, sci-fi.
yeah.
It's my number one favorite, right?
Hmm.
And every time people tell me that the movie is like uber woke because there's a woman, and I'm like,
I didn't see that at
always this.
all. Yeah.
Me neither. And the one point, the one debate they have, why they call it mostly woke, not just because of the story,
Mm,
but it is because she couldn't lift a stone in the beginning of the movie because she was a little bit weak,
mm,
but suddenly she can fight. But I tried to explain this really well. There is a difference of lifting heavy stones or whatever, if you're lifting something a little bit more heavy, and
yeah.
fighting.
Mm,
That is two different things. You can be a little weaker when you lift stuff, but you can be stronger when you fight. I've seen that multiple times. And also, if you do follow the movie and actually watch the movie properly, like I think 90% of the content creators did not do, I think
no,
they probably just watched like 10 minutes of it and then just went out and
I
read
hate that.
some stuff.
Yeah, when they do that.
And if you go through the story, she was a soldier. She has been training.
Yeah.
She knows how to fight. She knows how to shoot. And in the end of the first movie too, for example, um, she fights the bad guy. She fights, but she's not all powerful and mighty like Rey, as an example.
Mm,
She's not all powerful and mighty. She has a hard time fighting, because she's not the strongest character. The man is still stronger than her, but she does everything in her power to fight him. You
mm.
know. So,
And
but it's
honestly,
it.
I can even defend, and I'm not going to defend the films. I didn't dislike the character Ray, to be honest with you. Even it's just the way she was written. I think she could have been so much better. And but yeah, no, that's a totally different story.
Yeah, but no, that's too. She could have been written really well, but again,
Yeah.
you have incompetent writers.
Well, remember, was it who was the black stormtrooper, the actor? What's his name? Um,
Jumbo Ega.
yeah, and he claimed a lot of it. No, I wanted you to be a Jedi. I was hoping because the first movie you're leading him, he's going to be something special. He also, and then he became a janitor. I'm like, blame the writers, not the fans, because he ended up blaming fans for a bunch of BS, which is stupid afterwards. I'm like,
Yeah,
no, I wanted you to
you
be
know,
something special.
yeah, a lot of us wanted him to be a better character. The
Yeah,
first time I saw the trailer and I see, a black stormtrooper, and I'm like, okay, I did not even think about him being a black person.
yeah,
I didn't even think about that. I'm just sitting when I watched the trailer. I'm like, I wonder what his story is gonna be.
yeah. No, no,
Um,
same here. Yeah,
Even though I kind of understood what the whole movie was gonna be about because I saw the full trailer. I'm like, okay, I understand the full story already, but not with him. That was that one character. I'm like, okay, gonna be interesting to see what they're gonna do with him.
yeah.
And a lot of people, like me and many others, defended him.
100.
And
percent
he's gone back and forth with the whole Disney thing. Like first he was like against Disney, and then he was for Disney because he probably got some money. Um, and then he attacked fans.
That was
Like,
dumb. I don't know why he did that. People backed him up and blah. It's like, why are you? I don't know. That's weird.
and I bet that is because again, money, a
Yeah,
lot of money.
yeah.
So, but no, I think every character can be better written, and since we are talking about, there is, a Star Wars movie coming out that, again, I am highly excited for, especially when, we know more about how involved the actor is in the movie. And he's also going to work with the same peoples with the Ghost Rider movie, and of course that is Ryan Gosling. It
Yep.
is Ryan Gosling. So Ryan Gosling heavily involved with Star Wars Starfighter, just like Ryan Reynolds with Deadpool. I love when actors can, be really involved, especially if there are fans, you know.
Well, that
And
exactly.
something I learned about Ryan Gosling is that he is a big fan of a lot of stuff, and he knows lore. Like, he's not bad at it. He knows what he like, what of continuity. He knows sources. He's not a phony in what he likes,
Oh, by
at
the way,
least.
just a side note, if you continue, just like Ryan Reynolds, Canadian, eh?
A
For
yes,
sure. Both
exactly.
Ryans are
Yeah, yeah,
Canadian. Anyway, but yeah. No, I
yeah.
like him. I've
And
always liked his stuff. He's
and the
actually a good
funny
actor.
thing too, both Ryans are working with Sean Levy, and
Hmm.
Sean Levy's working with both Ryans.
Yeah, I know.
So, of course, while the San Diego Comic Con, I spoke with Hasbro rep who works with the Star Wars line. Since Hasbro develops the action figures, the teams that gets early access to a lot of the development material, which means they see and know things well before the rest of us, they do. So the convention turned to the Star Wars Starfighter. I paid attention. The rep told me that everything he is hearing about the movie is good, and the stuff I've heard about the movie too so far, I am highly looking forward to it.
Hmm.
And I'm still waiting for people to attack me.
Oh,
Ah.
yeah. People when people attack somebody for liking something, they're idiots. They're not
Yeah,
people.
right.
Yeah.
But I always need to make fun of it because, it makes my day. Haters make you famous sometimes. But Ryan Gosling is protective of Star Wars Starfighter, and something I like about Ryan Gosling that I have seen a lot of, he likes to be really protective of everything that he's working on, and tries, not tell anything,
Hmm.
He always tries to never spoil anything, never talk about anything. He does not have the best poker face, so you kind of understand when something is up, but he
Hmm.
tries to. uh, So the rep offered comparison that should have fans feeling pretty good, just as Ryan Reynolds is known for being protective of and deeply involved with Deadpool. I'm told it's a similar situation with Ryan Gosling and the Star Wars Starfighter. As Gosling is heavily involved with the movie, that I'm happy with. I think
Yep.
that is great. What makes the comparison even more fitting is that both projects share the same director, Sean Levy, helmed of Deadpool and Wolverine with Reynolds, and now directs Starfighter. So Levy knows exactly how to make a movie with a star who is all in, and that's true. Even though, again, I always say this, I'm not a biggest fan of Deadpool and Wolverine, but it's not because, the movie itself.
You're
It is,
not a fan of
again,
Deadpool per
I'm
se.
not a fan of Deadpool per se.
But by the way,
Uh,
speaking on that just quickly, he was actually at Comic Con and interrupted the. It was funny. Doomsday, the cast, and he dressed as Deadpool. He came
yes, I saw that.
pretended. Am I in the film? Like it was awesome. Well
And
done.
yeah, and also, why is Thor crying?
Yeah, it was so good.
And
Oh,
people have to remember this. It's not the gray suit; it's the X Force suit, because that's the
yeah,
gray suit.
exactly.
This X
Yeah,
Force.
yeah.
Um, but of course, and then we go to, of course, Lucasfilm loves Flynn Gray. The rep also said that he's really excited about the kid in the movie, played by Flynn Gray, and told Lucasfilm is really happy with the young actor's performance. So, it's going to be fun and see.
Yeah.
We talked about how Starfighter follows the similar Star Wars setup of an old character paired with a younger one, but while making it clear he shouldn't reveal spoilers, of course, that would be sad. The rep hinted there could be some sort of twist that isn't just the same story repeated. That's good. We don't want too much repetition in the movies. I told him that I hope the kid turns out to be dark side. Well, that would be a big plot twist if the kid is like force sensitive and dark.
Yeah.
Damn, that would been something.
Mm.
Which caused fan standing next to us to turn her head at me in disbelief and shock. Hey, a guy can dream. I would like that plot twist. I think that could be cool. Could Starfighter lead to more? Regarding whatever the movie is one of, the rep said Starfighter could work as a standalone, but also set up in a way where it could lead to new things. We both agreed, obviously, depends on the box office, always, of course, and which Lucasfilm badly needs, following The Mandalorian and Grogu and Acolyte, and we can go a little bit on what's been flopping and what's
Yeah.
been going on. So they really do need a film at least to succeed in the box office. And I pray and hope that this film, can show them that you can make something really awesome. We already saw it with Andor, really awesome show. It is, again, I know it's an unpopular opinion, but it is one of my favorite Star Wars contents out there, is Andor. A character in the beginning, I didn't even know why we needed a show about Andor, a side character nobody really cared about. But then I saw the story. In the beginning, I was trashing the writer, I was trashing this, but after rewatching a long time back now, it's a long time now, but after rewatching it, I'm like, I finally get it.
Mm.
This is what I like. I love this story. I think this is written well. You care about the character and the characters around him, and a little bit more of the dark tone. And it kind of feels a little bit, some parts feels a little bit like Blade Runner here and there. You get like this vibes from certain stuff, right? A
Mm.
little bit more cyberpunky on certain stuff. I'm like, I love all these vibes in the show. Love the characters. So, of course, the Star Wars Starfighter opens in theaters on May 28th, 2027, directed by Sean Levy from a script by Jonathan Troper, and starring Ryan Gosling, Flynn Gray, Matt Smith, Mia Goth, and already you have already a good casting here in this movie. You have Ryan Gosling, Matt Smith, and most people know him as Doctor Who back in the day.
Mm.
And he was supposed to play young Palpatine in The Rise of Soy Milker. We all know that. He was casted. And of course, Mia Goth, who is, known for the X, the Pearl, that trilogy that she did with the horror thing. And, she's, been trending a lot there and a pretty decent actress of what I've seen. And of course, you have Amy Adams and some other people here. So again, you have a pretty decent, a cast. You have a decent writer, you have a decent, a director, you have an actor who is highly, into the production of this movie. So it gives you a little bit more hope, if you know what I mean.
Yep.
And again, people have to remember that also Jonathan Troper also helped with and write the Warrior show based on Bruce Lee. A fantastic show. He is a good writer.
Mm. We shall see. We shall see. Will I give it a chance? Just take it away from the Star Wars universe. Called Starfighter is going to be ships, and I love the ships aspects of Star Wars. I always have. That's why I own Squadrons. It's a fun game to just go fly in a TIE fighter or an X-wing and just have fun in the space. And it's just that part I'm looking forward to. So it's
Yeah,
just
and he is also the one who's gonna write Ghost Rider
yep.
with Ryan Gosling. We will get into that. I'm just gonna say, I really like Jonathan Troper. Again, I really love love the Warrior show based on Bruce Lee scripts and everything that Bruce Lee wanted to do. The Warrior is basically what Kung Fu was supposed to be in that way.
Yeah.
And Warrior is fantastic. And again, Jonathan Troper has worked on many episodes on that show, done amazing work. He's also done the Adam Project with Ryan Reynolds. And the Adam Project wasn't a horrible movie. I thought it was fun. And he also did a lot of the Jason Momoa show C. I don't know if people have seen that, but he did the C show. You know when the characters are blind and it's and stuff like that. A lot
Oh
of
crap!
action.
What does that remind? I forget it now. I do remember it, but I forget it. Ah, darn! I think I did see it, but it's been forever. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a pretty decent show. And I do want to say hail to Real Wade Nation Gaming. Hail to you, brother. Hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing good, man. It's good to see you in the chat. Good to see you. And but no, I really like the writer. He's also working with I think he's working with Henry Cavill on something and Kevin Hart. I think they're like doing like a spy comedy thing.
Oh
If I
gosh,
don't
that'd be
remember,
good.
yeah, with Kevin Hart and Henry Cavill and Jonathan. Jonathan is also part of the process of that movie as a writer. So no, highly like the writer. So I don't care if it is Star Wars content or just a sci-fi movie. I don't really care. I care about if this movie is decent or good. If I like this movie, I'm gonna like this movie. You
Yeah,
know?
no, exactly. Some people, as soon as Star Wars is attached to it nowadays, let's avoid it. It's evil. No, you're being closed minded. Stop it. You're not very. You're
No,
part of the.
exactly.
They're hide minded. It's like I gotta think like that. No, just because
Yeah,
it's attached to
just because I dislike a lot of the what Disney has done with Star Wars doesn't mean I'm not gonna hate everything. I'm gonna give certain stuff a chance.
Sure, Disney buying it was a downfall. I'm not going to lie, it was. It would have been nice if Lucas would have sold it to somebody else. But oh well, we're stuck with it. So I mean, there's good parts of it. Like I said, I didn't even hate Daisy Ridley as Rey. I just didn't like the writing for her character. I think she could have been something really special if they did it a little bit differently. But alas, and making Luke the way he did was dumb as hell. I'm sorry, Skywalker. He was an idiot in that film. I was like, you're making him like a loser. What the? What?
Yeah,
Oh.
well, I can say it like this too. Like the expanded universe were a lot of same problems to a certain point.
To me, it's funny. Back when I was younger, the prequels were horrible. Everybody hated them. Now they're just as good as the originals. When you look back at the last three films, it's like, yeah, they stood up much better than the. Now it's like, yeah.
But no, it's a lot of problems in the expanded universe too. I always felt that there's a lot of comic and book stories that do not fit to Luke or the other characters. There's like so many things that I just
Well, that's why I'm going to say this right
couldn't.
now. To me, these worlds go so deep that you're not going to have everything perfect. That's why I don't like universes that deep, because once it gets
Yeah,
too deep,
because also you have too many writers, too many
yes,
IDs, and then
yeah,
you do not have the creator himself on this project. He only looks at some of them and green lights them.
yeah.
Um, and the Star Wars universe got way too big in my opinion in the
No, I
expanded
agree.
universe,
I agree.
and it's like Luke Skywalker practically became a god in that universe. What he could do was like he's a god, and I'm like it's way too much, man. It kind of
Well,
it kind
I
of
mean,
takes away the interesting parts of him. Now it's just like an OP god level character. It's
well,
kind of not
technically,
fun
there's
anymore.
one that if you ever played the Force Awakens, technically Starkiller's just, even though technically Luke Skywalker was Starkiller, I guess at one point, but this other Starkiller character, which is a good actor as well, it's was it Sam?
Yeah,
His
yeah, with
character is like
the
a god too, like literally
yes,
godlike powers. Like whoa, you know.
yeah. And again, there are fantastic games, but it did not really fit to any continuity.
No, I enjoy.
Really, it was
I love those games. I have 1 and 2 on the PS3. I do. I
yeah.
love them. But yeah, they're totally.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
no.
exactly. So no, again, everybody wants to blame Disney with the Star Wars problems, and I'm like, yes, they made their own problems, but the expanded universe have a lot of their own problems that got
Oh, 100%.
ridiculous.
Yeah, yeah.
I have read so many books. I've had so many books. Now I have sold a lot and given away a lot to people. I keep a few that I want. But it is getting way too much, and certain ways characters die doesn't make sense.
Create new
And certain,
universes. Seriously,
yeah,
create.
it's like wonder, everybody complains that the rise of soy milk, as we call it, but the rise of Skywalker, as the movie is really called, everybody complains about, oh, Palpatine comes back, he's a clone, he wants to transfer his soul to her body, yada yada yada. And again, but this story has already been told in the expanded universe. The movie is just based on that book, just with
Wait.
Rey's character.
Hold on. He wanted to transfer his soul into Ray. He wanted to be trans.
Yeah,
I want to be a woman.
technically,
This way having
yeah,
good. No.
technically. Oh, look at that! Never thought about that way. That's funny. But no. So the Rise of Skywalker was practically just that book, just rewritten differently, but still the same everything with the concept.
Hmm.
And I hate the Dark Empire. I hate that storyline. I know George Lucas himself is like, this is my favorite storyline, it's my favorite comic book story. I want to buy that to everybody, in the team that worked for him
Hmm.
at the time. He wanted to give the books to everybody, comic book. He loved it so much. And I'm like, this goes against practically everything you built, bro.
I don't know.
But
It is what it is, and
it
we'll
is what it is.
hopefully it'll
But
be entertaining. So wait and see.
yeah, so my point is Disney Star Wars have their problems. Um, the expanded universe has a lot of the same problems in their own
Yeah,
way.
100%.
The thing I will say is that it is a 50-50 in both universes. You
Yeah,
can find a lot of stuff you like in the Disney Star Wars, and you can find a lot of stuff you like in the expanded universe. And sometimes maybe you find a lot of stuff you don't like. And that's why I always say this. Sometimes you just have to look at stuff how you look at the continuity. A lot of Star Wars fans, like older people and people in general, some people just takes the movies as the continuity, and they just look at the comics and books like a side thing. It's not
yeah.
really that important because the movies are the most important because that's the story, right? So some people just consider that, the continuity. Some people will go further with the books. It's, different for every people, you know.
Hey, the best of it, the greatest Star Wars ever was the Star Wars Christmas special. Anyway, enough said.
Well, it's a fun one.
I enjoyed
um,
it. Everybody hated it, and hey, it was the birth of Boba Fett. So,
it was.
mm.
Yeah, I know a lot of people hate it, and
I love
I've
it. I
always,
have it like different versions of it on saved somewhere. Like, and I watched it as a kid. I'm that old, so
yeah,
yeah. But yeah,
I think it is funny. I
oh
think it is
yeah,
funny. It's like being on an acid trip
yeah.
sometimes.
Well, I don't know what that is, but yeah. Like,
I will say it's not a fun trip. I know how that is.
but no, I
Ex
enjoyed it.
addict. So
I enjoyed it for what it was, and then but yeah, Star Wars is Star Wars. We'll wait and see. I think Ryan can do a good job, especially where he's involved. Is when usually the
hmm
actor's involved, that means you're usually going to get a better product, my opinion. So I find because it's
yeah,
going to depending on the actor, of course. If they want to go woke, then they're going to go woke. That's a different story. But let's not go back to that.
yeah,
But it'll be good. It'll be
yeah.
good. I think so.
Yeah, no, no. For me, again, I'm actually looking forward to this. I'm a fan of Ryan Gosling. I think Sean Levy is a fantastic, the director, producer, and stuff like that. It's like again, I said, I would probably like Deadpool and Wolverine if I was a fan of Deadpool. I would probably like the movie a lot more. I would still have my issues with the Sabretooth dying the way he did. Um, but other than that, I would probably like the movie a lot more if I was a Deadpool fan. But but other than that, I think he does great work. And also with that, since we are mentioning them, and we did mention a little bit upon this, we had a lot of fun. Ryan Gosling again set to join Marvel Cinematic Universe as Ghost Rider,
Yep.
and it. I'm gonna say it like this: it was not really a surprise to me. For a longest time now, Ryan Gosling has talked about his interest to play Ghost Rider, and at the same time, the pitch that Kevin Feige got was a pitch that Ryan Gosling made. Ryan Gosling is, again, he is a comic book fan. So he based the whole pitch on a comic book that he really loves. I really want to know what comic book it was, but that would probably spoil what the movie's going to be about. The
Now,
concept of the movie.
is he going to be Johnny Blaze?
That's not what we do not know yet. And for
Mm.
me, there's a lot of Ghost Riders. There's a Ghost Rider before him too. So we have to see which Ghost Rider it will be.
The most
Um,
popular is Johnny, and then there's Robbie, who's just quite. I like the Robbie
yeah,
character as well.
Robbie
So,
is cool, but he's not white, so it's not gonna be Robbie.
well, yeah. But then again, Ryan Gosling might play Black Panther, but anyway.
That is the biggest disappointment we got
I
from this
know. I would have
convention.
loved to see that. That's like finally
I
everybody
want
talked
to
about
see him in Black Panther.
it.
It would have been such a cool idea if he just walks out there in a Black Panther costume.
Sort of like what Whatchamacallit took the mask off, and it was yeah, he takes his mask off. Ryan Gosling. Oh, the riots! No,
Yeah. Um, but no, so Ryan Gosling is slated to enter the Marvel Cinematic Universe in 2018. He as he transformed into the Leech, the leather-clad motorcycle-mounted demonic superhero Ghost Rider. Marvel announced at San Diego Comic-Con Sunday. Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige teased the announcement while on stage at the 2026 edition of Comic Book Convention, telling fans we keep secrets to maintain surprises before allowing the fans to demands for introduction, yada yada. We know all that. Feige then pounds the movie critic John Horowitz, a guy who interviews and does a lot of stuff. I know a lot of people hate the guy. Again, he's just a basic interviewer who is getting paid to do his job. I don't really care. He just does his job.
yeah.
That's what he does. And Horowitz, fresh from hosting a panel at the convention, grabbed a microphone and he asked the movie and stuff like that. But suddenly the hall, plunged into darkness, pounding bass, soundtrack, and the words Ghost Rider were projected onto the screen behind Feige, glowing blood red. And of course, when the lights came back up, Gosling was on stage. I was just happy to see him on stage.
No,
I've been
exactly.
hearing, I've been listening to him. Wanting to do Ghost Rider for so long, and I'm happy he finally pitched. And finally got this to happen. With Sean Levy. And of course, Gosling said, "Whoa, is this really happening?" He asked, and just the crowd shares and stuff. But Golden Globe winner about how he wanted to play Ghost Rider for a very long time, and he did. He talked about it a very long time. You can just go on YouTube and find all the interviews where he mentioned it, and consider only one director fit for the job, Sean Levy. So now Sean Levy got to do Deadpool stuff, he got to do Star Wars stuff, and now he gets to do Ghost Rider stuff.
Good on him, man. He's making good money and making some,
He
good
is
work.
getting
So
good money on that.
yeah.
And the director of Gosling's upcoming Star Wars Starfighter that we just talked about Levy then bound into the stage to greet Feige and Gosling, telling fans that the pair riffed about Ghost Rider ideas while shooting Star Wars Starfighter together, last year. And finally, I was like, bro, let's ride, Levy added. And of course, wild applause. Ghost Rider made his Marvel comic book debut in 1967 as the world's most mysterious Western hero, the horse riding alter ego of Carter Slade. So, again, the original Ghost Rider. But of course, everybody mostly remember Johnny Blaze.
Yeah.
But it was the superhero identity of the character Johnny Blaze in Marvel Spotlight issue 5 in 1972. That Ghost Rider really set fans' heart aflame. So, it's all there. We don't need to go with the whole thing there. But of course, we do remember also, Nicolas Cage, Ghost Rider. I think I don't know many people that likes the Ghost Riders with Nicolas Cage. I
What?
love them.
I
Yeah,
love
yeah.
them. They're awesome.
I love them too. I love them. Even though the second movie is like a recall, like Evil Dead, like a recall retelling of the first movie.
But and
But
by the
still,
way,
I love the movies, man.
and by the way, as somebody said it recently after that announcement, I'd agree. Sam Elliott still acts. Give him his Carter Slade version of Ghost Rider. That would be fun because he did play Carter Slade in one of
He
the.
did.
Yeah, and I was like, he's a brilliant actor. I'm a big fan of Sam. So anyway, but yeah, it's just a side note. It's like somebody said that, like, yeah, I'd be for that. Just like Ron Perlman still wants to play Hellboy. He said, I still
Yeah.
can do it. And you're like in your 70s. He don't care.
Yeah.
He's like, I
But
still
the
want
funny
it.
the funny thing too is that in the first movie, we have Eva Mendes, right?
Yeah.
Who played in Ghost Rider 1 with Nicolas Cage. And she, is together with Ryan Gosling, who is now Ghost Rider. So, she gets to experience both Ghost Riders then.
Hey, lucky Ghost Rider. She's with.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, but no, it'll be interesting, and I think it'll pull off good again. Hey, and think about it: if Ghost Rider's in the universe, at one point the two Ryans will meet. You know that they will meet.
Yeah.
You know,
And
and
and and
it's we'll see. We'll see.
and it is again Jonathan Trooper who is writing the script. So again, it is the same team of Star Wars Starfighter.
Yeah.
Ryan Gosling, Sean Levy, and Jonathan Trooper. So, I just think it sounds good. I'm looking forward to the Ghost Rider movie. I pray that it will happen, and I think this actually will happen. I don't think it's going to be a Blade situation with this one, because again, it is Ryan Gosling. He is one of the most popular actors out there. Well, experienced, popular, and I think it's gonna happen with this one.
No, I always like and notice the fact that they're keeping people together is big for me because I always like when you get groups of people. I'll use Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. They've worked on a lot of great films together.
No, they
Uh,
do. Yeah,
Goodwill
they do.
Hunting, Chasing Amy, and many others. And some people might not like them nowadays. The Kevin Smith films, I loved the original Kevin Smith films, Mallrats to Dogma, all the way through. I love them all. He
Yeah,
kept the same cast almost every time. When you get a familiar cast working together, it's like a television show on the big screen because they have dynamics.
yeah,
And that's why, like I said, he's keeping the same writer, the same act. They're getting used to each other, so it'll make it flow. I feel that much better usually when you get a familiarity. So fingers crossed. So yeah.
yeah. No, fingers crossed for that, and a lot of times, it is good to see the team being together and like creating stuff together and
Yeah.
show like new stuff and stuff like that. And then I've seen all of their works. Ryan Gosling's work again. My favorite movie with Ryan Gosling is Project Hail Mary and Blade Runner. Two of
Oh,
my
come
favorite
on! It's
movies.
Barbie. It's Barbie.
I love you, brother.
I
You
actually
know.
like Barbie. I didn't hate it. I love Margot Robbie. I mean, I totally crush on her, and I just like the fact that it made fun of the modern woke tropes at the end because whatchamacallit, the actress at the end, she used to be on Cheers. I can't think of her name right now. She's actually married to Danny DeVito. She's at the end, and she actually says,
Yeah.
the woke something about male toxin. It's all fake. Like, ha! She just that scene, and like, ha! She said it's all fake, and like, you just made fun of all the tropes. So and John Cena as a mermaid was funny too. So
I didn't see him. Did you?
oh, John Cena's in the film. Oh, ha ha. Yeah, but no, no, yeah. No, I
Yeah, no,
enjoyed it
I
for what
yeah,
it
no, I
was.
can get your point, man. But no, but in all seriousness, my two favorite films is Project Hail Mary and Blade Runner of Ryan
Oh
Gosling.
yeah. I haven't seen the
Um,
Fall Guy yet. I heard that was pretty good. I haven't had a chance to see that. It's a
Fall Guy
remake.
was pretty good.
I love the original
Um,
years ago as growing up as a kid, the show. So I would like to see it. So I should put that on my list.
yeah,
So
The Gray
yeah.
Man was pretty good. I really
Mm,
really enjoyed The Gray Man.
yeah.
Thought that was a fantastic movie. I need to rewatch that. And no, unfortunately, The Gray Man is not on physical media, but I have my ways to get it in physical media, and I
Yeah.
will do.
Mhm.
But no, he's a fantastic actor. He's a passionate actor, and I think I also think that he has a lot of good, passion to create stories, and that's when he pitched the Ghost Rider. So I want to see him, at some point maybe try to do more writing too. I think he might have some good ideas.
Yeah.
Um, and again, we have Sean Levy, who's done multiple stuff that is done really well. Again, I understand that Deadpool and Wolverine has done well, and all that. Um, Understandably so. I wish I could. I just wish I could like Deadpool, so I could feel the enjoyment a lot of people did.
See, I'm a long
Um,
Deadpool fan. I remember reading on him, and then
exactly.
when I played the game, long before I knew Reynolds was even involved, I loved the game, which is hard to get now. I actually sold both versions. I regret it, but I needed money. But I will get it again. I don't know how, but I love the game because the characters just. I like the fourth wall breaking thing, but I like the original She-Hulk. Back in the
Yeah.
80s. I have some of the original 80s when she would break the fourth wall sometimes, and stuff. Not the modern one, not no twerking She-Hulk. No, I'm talking the actual She-Hulk. So, and but yeah, Deadpool was that, and he did it good, and plus he was a merc, and just he was a good killer, and you couldn't really kill him. And people forget. I mean, technically, him and Thanos had the same love interest in death, but anyway, and he also had
Yeah, exactly.
and guess what?
But
Without bringing it up, he was a gay character. He was a bisexual character. He had a crush in Spider-Man too, but it's not forced. But anyway,
but no, so again, seeing, also, Deadpool and Wolverine, I understand why people love it, why people think it is an amazing movie and, one of the best movies that came out. And it is the passion, it is the writing. Of course, even though I'm not a fan of Deadpool, I can see it. I still see all the positive things and understand why people love it.
and
And the
another.
movie,
Oh,
I
go
would say it
ahead.
like this: the movie is great work. It's just that I'm not a fan of Deadpool, but the movie is still great work. It really is.
Another reason
And
I
I
think it got over, there needs to be more rated R films in the comic book things for us adults. Because
exactly,
look at Logan. Logan was brilliant. I loved Logan. I
exactly,
love Logan. Than that, like, yeah, we us
yeah,
adults are the comic book ones, not for the kids. You have your versions of the kid films, but give us our adult. Like we haven't we both talked about it. What was the other ones? Venom should have been rated R, 100%
yes,
easily, and that would have been that much
exactly,
better.
exactly.
But
And
yeah.
also, Sean Levy also did the Adam Project also
Mm.
with Ryan Reynolds and Jonathan Troper. Again, it's not the first time, Jonathan Troper and Sean Levy has worked together.
Mm.
So, and he also did Real Steel with Jackman, a movie that I absolutely enjoyed.
Oh,
I
that's the
know,
robots fighting, wasn't it?
yes,
I
yes.
enjoyed that. That was fun. No, I like big robots. So yeah, no, I remember that. That was fun.
And I know a lot of people have complained about it, movie and says
Ah,
shit, but I don't think so, man. I think it's a fun movie. Of
yeah,
course, it's not the best movie I've ever seen in my entire life,
it's a popcorn
but
film.
it's a popcorn film to sit down having fun with and all that. So
Exactly.
highly enjoyed it. Highly
Yeah.
enjoyed it. So I think I see a lot of his, stuff that he's done. He also did some kid movies back in the day. The Night of the at the Museum with the Ben Stiller. Those movies.
They were fun. I
Um,
enjoyed those. Robin Williams
yeah,
and
they were
Vince.
fun
Yeah,
at the
no,
time. Yeah,
exactly.
and he did, Date Night and Cheaper by Dozen, Just Married. So he's done, Big Fat Liar, Just in Time.
Yeah.
The Internship, that was a funny one. And so he's done, a lot of stuff. That is the point. And he's done a couple, he's done a lot of TV show stuff too. And also, been a producer on a lot of other stuff too. So again, there's a lot of great stuff that Sean Levy has done. So I think he is a good part of what they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
gives you a little bit more hope for the movie.
We'll see. We shall see. I'm pumped. So.
And the comic and hail to Mike, the comic relief crusader, so effing hot.
Yeah, I can smell you here. What the heck?
Yeah, yeah, I can smell here in Norway. It's terrible,
I'll see
terrible.
you in a couple hours, brother. So, but I need to show her an iceberg. Ew. Uh, actually, the icebergs are melting. There's not going to be icebergs in
Yeah,
the world
so
anymore.
yeah, exactly, exactly. And he also said, and yes, hi guys,
Brother, what's up?
that's Musk. Yeah, but no, again, I think it is a fantastic set of people. And again, we have John Troper who did, stuff for Warrior C. Banshee was a popular show at the time. And he also did some episodes. He is the series creators of the TV show Lucky. I have no experience with the TV show Lucky, other than Anya Taylor-Joy is in it. That's all I know, but I'm not too familiar with the show.
I've never heard of it, so
Um,
I couldn't tell you.
so don't know about that, but other stuff I see, I like. So
Yeah,
again, uh, I have a. I'm excited. That's the only point that I want to get
that's.
is that I'm excited. I'm
By
gonna
the way,
watch it.
before you go on to something else, let me bring up something. You mentioned something that made me think of something. That's a lot of somethings. But you said that one thing you said wasn't on disc. It's only digital, whatever. But you're able to find a way to get it on disc, correct? I forget what's the
Mm-hmm.
show you said. Yeah. I just want to bring this article up because there's been such a talk on discs being stopped made by Sony. And we're not going to go into articles, I don't think, on it. But one thing I liked recently, if anybody's ever bought online games on your PC, there's like certain stores you can get them from. There's, of course, the biggest one is Steam, which is Valve. I still buy there because most of the majority of the top ones are there. But if you get a chance, and you see it available on GOG, buy it from there because you have the rights to own it. You actually own the licensing. Well, do you know what they recently did? They said, burn our games to your disc. Like, what? They actually said that our GOG said you can burn our games to a disc and just install it into the, you burn the
Yeah,
image.
we talked about that. That's true.
Yeah. And then I'm like, they're telling people do it because you own it. So go ahead and do it. It's like, I like
Yeah,
that, and now there's so much more coming out now. Will the new
exactly.
consoles be disc and and everything? So, yeah, I just thought that was interesting. So
Yeah,
I've
you
heard that
know.
one. We're old,
Yeah,
Mike.
exactly. But no, we have talked about that before. With the article GOG when they
Yeah.
talked about that to download it on your disk and stuff like that. And
I got to
you
figure out how
know,
to do that. So, yeah.
I do not mind doing that. I might
Ooh.
have a lot of stuff planned in the future, what I'm gonna do with movies and TV shows. And no, I can get a printer, I can do everything myself. There's always way to make your own covers, burn the movies,
Do you know what sucks?
shows.
By the
Mm,
way, totally in tied with all that, I wanted to get. I'm trying to since I'm kind. I still have my PS4, and I'll still play some games on it until I can move everything to PC over. I found out Diablo 3 is only sold on one place on PC. It's not on any of the side stores. You have to get it from battlenet.com. I'm like, oh, damn it. It's not even on Steam. I was like, and I'm actually wearing my Diablo 3 t-shirt. I love Diablo 3. It's one of my favorites. I have to get it from the store. So I've actually just wishlisted it today because I'm moving now that PS3 is being taken off the market here, the store shutting down in the next year.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to move my games that aren't on the already in the hard drive. Like my demos, I've got some of them moved over to Steam or GOG. But Diablo 3, I love Diablo 3. I had the disc,
Yeah.
but I was like, I want to get that on PC. I want the PC version because I have almost all the Diablos except for the newest one on PC. So
yeah, no, exactly.
So I'm gonna get that one too. But yeah, no, PC gaming is kind of gonna grow in the next few years, and it's just But anyway, I just wanted to say that part. I like because putting stuff to disc. Sometimes you have to because they don't exist elsewhere. So like you said, the Rebel Moon things don't exist. I want to get those. I mean, because it doesn't really exist yet. So it's interesting.
Yeah, no,
So.
I will help you. And if there's any other movie stuff, do you know that there is, I have my ways.
Mind you, as we mentioned the last episode, I still want to get the Crow VHS, but after seeing the price for like $70-$60, I'm like, I don't think I'd, for a decoration, because it would just be seen, because I watch it elsewhere. I have it on Blu-ray, I have it on DVD, I have it already on VHS. I would get it, but I got to be making more money until I can afford that, just for something to have.
I will absolutely get the VHS at some point.
Same
it's still out there. Yeah, if it's still out there, I will get it at some point.
Yeah.
I think I need both versions. I'm a crazy collector of the Crow.
I'm the same way.
I need the both of them.
Well, that's like me. And just a quick note on like why also digital gaming is going to suck. You're not going to special editions anymore. I want to go get the Skyrim.
Yes.
I want to get the Skyrim dragon. I want to get that when Skyrim came out. They had the dragon on the tombs. I want to get to the Days Gone bike that came with the original.
Yeah.
The Horizons.
Yeah, you want all the collectors, man. You want all these fancy things.
I'm getting them.
Pay that much money.
You can find them on Amazon still. They still have the figures, but they cost a lot. But when I'm rich, I won't care. Just like I'm going to get some Sideshow collectibles. My dream is to have. There's a life-size Terminator, the ectoskeleton. It's $5,000, but he'll go to the entrance to the basement room. So it'll be my TV room. Boom. He'll stand there. But yeah.
Exactly. But no, again, there's one thing I've noticed, about Blu-rays are lacking with a lot of special things. But when it comes to like back in the day with DVDs, you had such a big collection of special editions of figures to other stuff. It's like, yes, Blu-ray has done the same here and there once in a while. It's not often. But when it comes to DVDs, I've gone through a whole list of cool stuff, and I'm just like, shit, man, I really want to get those stuff. I'm so sad I never got that stuff back in the day when it was cheaper. But now, DVDs has a lot more options.
I'm actually selling some of mine, like the Phase 1 Marvel box set. It's the Tesseract, it's the briefcase, the files of. I'm like, I've seen the movies. It's $100 I'm selling for because it's a collector's edition. But but like we said, look at Blade Runner. That's one of the few. They moved that over to Blu-ray with you can get the briefcase, which I'm like, yes, I'll be buying that. I actually got to get the Blade Runner series, all 3 movies of the original Blade Runners. But that box set's just a regular box set. But yeah, the Blade Runner, you can get that briefcase for Blu-ray, which is like, as soon as I seen that available, because I'm like, I'm gonna buy it again for DVD. There's a Blu-ray edition, the same ones, all the films and the briefcase and thank you. It'll cost a bit, but when I get the money, I'm gonna buy it on Blu-ray. All the Blu-rays for the original Blade Runner, 100%.
Yeah. We do have Phil McCracken here. Long time no see. It's good to see you, brother. Hello. I noticed no cash money. Wink, wink. Not missed. Lol. Yeah, no. Cash money is not here today on this stream. Because again, did not really plan to stream or plan out this stream really today. But I said F it. Wanted to do a stream. And he said, like been smashed. Thank you for liking the smash. Thanks for smashing the like button. Thank you.
By the way, what is the difference between a regular burger and a smash burger? I had it. I'm like, it's just hamburger smushed down more. I
It
don't.
it is just a hamburger smashed out, man. I don't know why we get into this topic, but yeah, me and my wife we did buy a smash burger once, and made it home,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, it tastes the same.
Yeah, I know. So did I. Because we had A&W, and I
Mm,
had one like it was good. Don't get me wrong, but like, it's just a regular hamburger. Just it's flatter. What the anyway, he said smash, and it made me think of that immediately.
yeah, right.
I guess yeah, it's how you market stuff. Put a new name in front of it, and people will buy it. It's new. It's not new, but put a new name in front of it. Oh, let's everybody buy it. Yeah. It's called smart marketing. I've taken when I took graphic design in college for 3 years. It's learning how to market stuff around stuff, and yeah, you got to mislead people sometimes, but that's the way you market stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. No, exactly. There we go. But no, we don't have a lot more news for today. It's not actually not that much interesting news. Other, yeah, it's tomorrow. I'm gonna go to the cinema. I'm gonna go to cinema.
Hmm.
Guess what? Guess what I'm watching?
Um, I don't know what's debuting on your day tomorrow.
Spider-Man.
Ah, see, that doesn't debut here. I don't think till Friday for 2 more days. So it's weird how things debut in different times. I think, yeah. Then again,
Oh
tomorrow's
yeah.
Wednesday here. So, but yeah. I think I don't. Maybe it will debut Thursday. I don't know. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't. It's weird. I'm going third week though. I don't like
Yeah.
I don't like crowds. I'll wait till the third week and nobody be in the theater and I'm by myself. I just sit in back and like, but yeah, I'm going. I don't know how I'm going to afford it, but I'll find a
Yeah.
way. So
I am heavily looking forward to it. Heavily. Other than the Hulk, I'm not looking forward to the Hulk.
don't think about it as I just gonna ship it in mind because we're getting the dumb Hulk. We're getting my Hulk. So maybe it would be fun to still watch because if it's Hulk smash, that'll be better. You don't have idiot talking as himself. It's like, yeah, good. It's just the Hulk. It's a CG character. It's not him. Yay. Okay. Then it's the real Hulk, sort of.
Yeah.
So I'll be okay
Yeah,
with
no,
that.
I totally understand that. I can totally understand that. But the things that I not just with the actor himself, but like in general, I'm not a Hulk fan.
Ah, no,
Um,
damn you! See, Hulk is my second favorite. Well, I grew up as the Hulk fan, my number one, and Spawn was my number one when he came along, and Hulk became number two. So, but I used to collect the original Hulk ones when Doctor Strange had to take him to a different world many years ago because Hulk exited Banner's body. They were two separate entities, so they had to send him to a
yeah.
different world, and then he ended up coming back. And oh yeah, then of course the last comic was released, the Immortal Hulk. He can't die. And it delved into Bruce Banner being abused by his dad, and it got dark. And then you find out the Hulk can't die.
Yeah.
Like he goes to hell, and we actually see the most strongest version of the Hulk ever. Like he can go between hell and here. It's like whoa, it goes dark and stuff. I still want to get Planet Hulk comics, but they're a lot of money and stuff. But yeah, no. Like there's a lot bigger universe to Hulk than
Oh
But
yeah,
yeah,
of course.
but yeah, but besides, Hulk was my number one until Spawn came along, and then Mike introduced me to Spawn, and I was like, I love that. Nope, that's my number one now. So that was like
Yeah.
episode 49. So whenever episode 49 debuted, whatever year, that's when Mike introduced me to it. I was like, yep. And then I collected for years after that, and then I stopped, and I collected again. I stopped this year because I can't afford comics, so I'm a little behind this year. You pay
Yeah.
but yeah, no, I love my Spawn. So yeah.
Yeah, no, exactly. But no, no, I'm looking forward to it, I think it's gonna be at least decent. I unfortunately, I know there's been like a premiere, for some people out there now. Gotten a little spoilers. Gotten a little spoilers. Not gonna say it, but
Yeah, but
got a
don't
little
see. I
spoilers.
don't read them. I just avoid them. I don't care. I don't read it. You know.
You know, I have people. I know people
Tell them to shut
tells me
up.
things.
Tell the people to shut it.
And sometimes they just likes to be dicks, I guess, to mention certain things. I'm like, just shut up, dude.
Yeah, that's why I'm glad I avoid a lot of people nowadays. It's just like,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
but it is what it is. I'm not mad about certain spoilers for the movie because the stuff that I heard is like, yes, that's already in the trailer. We kind of know this kind of
Oh,
things.
okay.
It's
Yeah, yeah.
obvious, yeah. But no, I've seen some reviews of certain articles that a lot of people think this was the most boring Spider-Man movie of them all, of the new ones.
But I'm gonna say this right now. You've seen reviews. I don't care about any reviews.
Yeah, no,
Like
I don't care about that either.
yeah,
But it's
yeah.
just, it was, I don't know what they tried. I think it was like too dark. I read too serious. I guess it was some weird stuff here and there that they talked about that it felt different and all that. And I'm like, I don't mind. If it's
Yeah,
good, it's
we'll wait
good.
and we'll wait and see.
We
Exactly.
wait and
I
see.
don't pay
But
attention to anybody. It's like yeah, what they because especially nowadays people are too critical. They just has to be this, has to be that. No, stop. Like first off, the movie universe is different than the comic universe. People forget that you can't really compare. The movies and comics are way totally two different worlds. That's a given. I mean, and the comic book universe has multiple universes onto itself. We all know that.
oh yeah, way too many.
DC, Marvel, all of it. And so I'm like, that's why I look at the comic book universe is different than, of course, the movies, and I can enjoy the movies. I don't even attach it to the comics at all. I separate the whole worlds, and I can enjoy it separately as its own entity. You understand the base of each character, 100%. But but for Hulk, there's been 3 Hulk films, not including Lou Ferrigno on television, which I grew up with. There's been 3 Hulk
Yeah,
films. We had Eric Bana, which I enjoyed. That was actually the most to life Hulk that we've ever seen because he actually got bigger as he got angrier, which I liked. Like, oh, they showed that factor, and he got massive at one point.
yeah,
And I'm like, I like the character. It just, I don't know. And then we had Edward Norton's Hulk, which just was more of just straight up badass. And Edward Norton did a good job, I think. But then he didn't want to come back, which kind of sucks because I think he would have fit the role great. But then we had
yes,
what's his face? I won't say his name. It's just too much. Now they were talking about a guy that's woke. He's too woke. He's way too far left for me. Like, just dude, you've lost the plot on his personal
yeah.
opinions, and he likes to share it a lot. I'm like, I don't care, you know. And is he the worst actor I've seen? No, I've actually seen him. He's
Yeah, no,
okay. He's not the
exactly.
best, but yeah, and but I still enjoy the Hulk version of the character. Except when they had him wimped out. I'm sorry, he would have beat Thanos, but I'm not going to go there. That was for the plot. Oh, stop, But anyway,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, no, I know exactly, man, exactly. But no, we'll see how it is tomorrow. I'm gonna go with a friend of mine, and we're gonna watch it. So, highly excited to see it. Just excited. I don't know
yeah.
what more to say. I don't expect a lot of things. I'm gonna go there in with the open mind. I'm not gonna have any expectations or negative thoughts. Just gonna enjoy the day. I'm just gonna go in there open minded, see what the story is about, and just probably gonna do a little X review on X. Just post what I feel about it,
Yeah.
non spoilers, but just my thoughts about it. So yeah, that's what's
What
coming
I'm
up for
pl-
me. I'm excited.
what I'm planning to do is I'm gonna watch. What was the last one? No Way Home. Was that the last one?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna rewatch that one again because I want to go in. I just find it'll make me have a feel. There's parts I remember, but I mean, heck, yeah, it was a while ago as I seen it, so I'm gonna rewatch that the day I go. Just like when I go see Godzilla minus zero, I'm gonna go rewatch. Actually, I'm gonna watch that soon again too. But I love mine. I'm gonna watch minus one also. So so yeah, which is also coming out later this year. So yeah, but yeah, with Spidey, I'm definitely gonna watch that one. I'm not gonna rewatch them all. I no the last one I'll rewatch and then I'll go to that and then yeah. But I am going, like I said, probably about 3 weeks if I get the money. Fingers crossed. So because that'll be
yeah, hope
running still in
so.
3 weeks. So, but I am gonna go. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
no,
should see.
exactly, exactly. Exactly. I don't know really what more to talk about for today. I'm just working on some stuff here that I need to fix. But I know that it's not that long. You also gonna do a stream later. in
Yeah,
an
Mike, I'm gonna be on
hour.
Mike's show tonight, and yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I might go. What time is it actually? I might go for a little walk first because I'm trying to get exercise. I got to do cardio. Damn it! Because like I said, I'm changing my whole lifestyle. My whole life has to turn around after my last vlog, which I was proud of. I mean, a lot of people liked it. I still, as I'm editing it, because as you said, you hear yourself when you're editing. It's like,
Oh yeah.
I hate my voice. Uh, but then I'm like, I'm breathing heavy. Oh, I gotta lose weight, and I don't like where I let myself go the last 2 months. I mean, concentrating on my life, but I realized my personal life, my physical health. I've been just eating to feel better. I mean, I'm 8 years clean from drinking. I haven't drank in 8 years. I haven't done marijuana in 2 years, so I'm clean from that as well. So eating is my crutch now, and I have to get better on that. People don't realize sugar's addictive. It's very addictive, and it's hard to quit sometimes. Sugar and that, it's like it's so addictive sometimes. Like I need my sugar to feel better. So just like I'm not going to get any coffee for a while, I'm just going to stick with my teas, my water. I'm going to go for my walk, and then I'm going to lose my weight, going to start working out and better, and hopefully by so in a couple months I'll feel better. But yeah, so I'm just inspiring myself to make changes. So I'm rambling.
Yeah. Yeah, no, exactly, exactly. Yeah, I think we're gonna start wrapping stuff up. Not the best ending today, but I didn't have
Oh,
this
dude, sometimes
planned.
we don't have to do a Zack Snyder 3 hour one.
Oh no, cannot do that.
I know you're gonna
Exactly.
feel itching. You're like, damn it, I want to go longer. No.
Oh yeah, exactly. I like to. I want to beat, Zack Schneider's time. That's what I
Uh,
want.
the only time I go long is on Mike's Sunday show because he'll go 5 hours. Like, dude, it's too poor Vince. Vince has to sit in his butt. Oh, stop this! Oh, that's why. But yeah, I usually like short shows, just like wrestling. But like 2 hour shows, pay per views, maybe three. AEW, your 4 hour shows are too long. Stop it, Tony Khan. But anyway, oh.
Exactly. Yep. Yep. Not a joke. That is not a joke. No, going long shows, I've done that many times. We've done that many times here too. And in the morning, I can't do those anymore. I can't do the super long ones, man. Because I live in Norway, I'm gonna be up until the morning, dude.
Well, that's the thing. Your time zone is different. And I watch a guy, his name is John Hicks. I don't mind promoting it a little bit, but he's a YouTuber. He travels around Los Angeles on a Suron,
Yeah.
that kind of bike, and he just shows the Los Angeles life. He does it 5 days a week now, but he's got millions of followers. He's done quite well. And it's just he does the short term ones on his main channel. They can go a half hour. But the long one, he actually shows. The live ones are on Kick, and then the other one on YouTube, he has a second YouTube channel where he shows the sort of long versions. They're like 3 hours long, but I'll watch it because you don't realize the homelessness in LA. Oh my gosh, and the stuff that goes on. I like listening to Police Scanner. Some people might think that's weird, but my grandfather used to listen to the Police Scanner. Now it's harder to find.
Yeah.
I like to listen to Police Scanners sometimes around the world. I listen to the ones in LA and stuff, and then Detroit and stuff, and just to see the crimes are going on. It's just wow. And there's Broadcastify is a channel I use a lot, and I think it's fascinating just how our world works and what goes on in our world. And sometimes I listen to the planes going in and out and stuff. So but that's why I like watching that. It's just fascinating to see what goes on our planet. So, it's just kind of cool, but it's long. It's like 3 hours long. So sometimes I'll move around, do stuff in the room, or I'll be editing videos while it's on in the background. So I'm doing multiple things at once. So, you know,
Exactly. Exactly. But yeah, we're gonna start wrapping stuff up. Just I just tried to like see if there was any unique news we could talk about, but there is nothing, man.
no, the gaming world is kind of
Mm,
up in arms right now, and
yes.
I'm hoping the signage for bring disc back stay longer. Now I heard rumor, just on a quick note though, that Xbox Helix might have a disc thing. I think they're going to do that spite PlayStation. That's a smart move. They should do that. So and it's supposed to be 100% backwards compatible. If that's the case, I got some old 360 games I'd like to play again, and original Xbox games I'd like to play again.
Oh
And
yeah, of course, yeah.
but we'll wait and see. Wait and see. The gaming industry is going in a weird turn, but I think we're going to have. I think it was a 1983 video game crash. We're hitting there again. It's going to happen because there's greed. The RAM crisis and everything is causing issues. Too expensive. It's becoming a luxury, not just a pleasure anymore to play games. It's becoming a luxury that some people won't be able to afford. So stay tuned on that. But the next few years, it's going to be very telling. People won't be able to afford video games anymore. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. It's a lot going on, man, and a
Oh
lot
yeah.
of sad stuff.
Computers. You won't be able to find a computer eventually. Right? People that bought a computer 2 years ago, you're lucky because now you pay $5,000 for maybe a good computer. That's not even top of the line, but it's ridiculous now. It's stupid. So
Yeah.
it's going to cost them over a couple thousand to upgrade my laptop that already is powerful. But even for like I priced it. I have 16 gigs of RAM in it. To get 64, it's over $1,000. I'm like, holy crap! What the heck? It's like yeah, it's just crazy just to upgrade to 64 because I would need to edit 4K. I need a powerful machine. But yeah, it's going to cost over $1,000,
Yeah,
close
no,
to.
I know that exactly, man. I know that exactly.
So
It's harder and harder, man. I've been looking at some because I do want to upgrade my computer too for film editing,
yeah,
streaming, and whatever that I need it for. And when I look at the RAM cards and I look at all this other stuff, and I'm just like, yeah, it's
yeah,
not the cheapest to say the least.
because you want a good graphics card to be able to edit 4K, and you need a lot of RAM for to be able to when you're processing and everything. And it's like, and a fairly good CPU. I hear AMD is better. I've always gone Intel, but I've thought of moving over to AMD because I guess it's just all around better for creators. So I'm like, I might go AMD for the chip CPU. GPU, I actually might go AMD CPU. The 9070 is 10 times cheaper. Well, not 10, but it's much cheaper than the NVIDIA ones. That's the 9070 XT. It's sort of equating to like a 5060. They say it's not the most powerful like a 5090 Ti or whatever, but it's still powerful
Oh
enough to
yeah.
do 4K, and it's cheaper, and it's AMD. Just get an all AMD system, air cooled, mind you, not liquid cooled. I don't want water leaking in my system. I'm sorry, I'm against it, and you can air cool that. But yeah, that's what I want. A nice AMD chip with that, maybe 64 to 128 gigs would be overkill, but still that'd be perfect. But yeah, that's my dream build. It's a 9070 with an AMD,
Yeah.
and we'll wait and see. I don't know. We'll see.
No, of course, of course. It would be nice just to, get a completely, new sets in my computer, get better
Mm.
RAMs and everything. But it's way too expensive. It really is. That's
Oh, it
why a lot
is.
of people just, as you know, that's why a lot of people just buy a pre-built and then just start building on it. You know.
But years ago, and I have friends that build computers professionally, and it's like it's actually cheaper to buy pre-builds nowadays. Building your own computer costs too much, which what's funny was the opposite. Not even 4 or 3 years ago. Now it's just reverted itself. It's way better to buy a pre-built. And if you know where to look, there's good pre-builds that are good companies now. But it's just funny how building your own is cheaper. Not anymore. It's like, oh gosh, why? Where have we gone? Oh wait,
Yeah.
Grade, Nvidia, Micron, Samsung. Samsung and Micron are two of the only places that make the chips, but they're supposedly now I'm not going to say, but they're supposedly is a Chinese microchip company that might be able to profit if they start selling to consumers. I forget the name of them. They're a third party one, but they do chips. So maybe you should look at this and say let's do stuff. But again, that's just talk right now. But Micron and I think
Yeah.
Samsung are the two big microchips, especially Micron. They're the big one, and they're the ones selling to Nvidia, and they're all big selling to one thing: AI. It's all about AI right now. Consumers are secondary. AI data centers are number one. That's their top. They make like from 98 billion. I think it's billions actually, to where a consumer would be like way less. That's why AI data centers get most of the majority of stuff. And they're saying to me, it's a made up thing. Let's be honest, it's not. Anyway, it's yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Exactly. Exactly.
It's about the cloud, man. It's all going to be about the
It's
cloud in
about.
the future.
Yeah, I see, Amazon Gaming Boss predicts future where consoles will become a thing of the past, a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah, you'll just have a little box and
Yeah.
you got everything's on the cloud now. What if you? But
Yeah.
funny enough. Just sorry before we go. If you heard recently, I think it might have been a certain group. Xbox and PlayStation went down. What PlayStation was down for 6 hours, Xbox was down for like a day. And
I
I
know.
think, yep,
I have
and
an Xbox. I have. I know.
and some people are like, oh, that's a perfect example why we need physical media still. People couldn't play, even their single player games, some of them weren't
Yep.
available. It's like, what the heck? So, right there.
I was gonna play some Mortal Kombat 1. Didn't work.
Yeah, it's like, what the heck? So, me, I go to my PC, it's game's fine, but those, nope. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's.
I know, because I have the Xbox in our bedroom and the TV. Sometimes I like to lay in bed and relax and just play something.
Yeah.
So I was gonna do that, and then bada bim, bada boom. I couldn't. It didn't work, and even watching stuff didn't work. So it's like whatever, dude.
So that's
I'm
a
I'm gonna
perfect
put
statement of why we still need physical. Because the physical, like,
yes.
I want to watch a movie, just put it in the machine. Boom, there you go. It's like,
Yeah, I'm all about physical. That's why I collect a lot of physical media, man. That's why
yeah,
that's why while we were talking, I was looking at something because I got a message of like certain Blu-ray stuff. So I
nice.
was just looking at something. So of course,
But I thought that was funny when that happened this week. I was like, and
oh
supposedly it
yeah,
was
yeah.
a certain group, but that group is telling these multi-billion-dollar companies, see, you still need physical media, otherwise this could happen. What if the internet goes down? Believe it or not, wasn't it last year the entire world internet went down for like a day or a while, and it affected people getting their cash. It affected everything. I remember it happened. I think it was last year sometime, and the whole world went up in an uproar for like, it might have been a couple hours maybe, but it shows you can't rely just on the internet, people.
Yeah.
It can break, so yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, shit, like I say, I'm gonna, my plan is, to collect a lot more. I'm gonna get some Xbox 360. I'm gonna try to get some old consoles here and there, get some older games. I want to play on the older stuff. No internet required. I'm gonna do all that. I have like a whole plan of what I'm gonna do and collect for the future. I I love the physical media. That's why I collect the physical media. Um,
I
I
actually had
hated it.
this. Yeah, no, I
No,
had.
let's continue.
I was gonna say I still have an original Xbox. I probably need to get it fixed because I think the capacitors run bad. One of the capacitors can known to blow, and it might mess the board. I don't know if it works or not, but I still have an original. I have like 4 360s, but the doors are broken, all of them except for the slim, the 360 slim. That works fine, but I'd like to get the other ones fixed and have a modded one. I don't have any Xboxes past that because it got too expensive. But I used to have a PS1. I had to sell that recently because I'm trying to build a career.
Yeah,
I sold all my PS1 games, but I luckily got them on a modded thing. Ones I own though, and PS2. I have two PS2s. One doesn't work. One does. I got two PS3s. One, the laser's dead in it, but it's a modded one, and then the disc one, which it's a PS3 sliding door one. It was cheap, but it plays the discs. I actually got Dragon Age Origins. I want to get
yeah.
back to playing, and I got one PS4. So, which I want to get a PS4 Pro and mod it. You can do that now. But eventually, would I like to get an Xbox, the new ones? If I had the money, because there's still some games on there I want to play. Even though
Yeah, no,
I guess
exactly. Yeah.
the new Halo Combat Evolved came to PlayStation as well, which is weird. And the new one, I hear that people are kind of iffy on it. It just got released, but it's on PlayStation. I'm like, that's just weird. But I'm planning. By the way, I'm going to stream Halo here soon. But anyway, but yeah, no, it's just I get it. I eventually want to get an N64. I love
Yeah.
the N60. I grew up on
Oh
N64.
yeah.
Like some of the
Amazing
best
stuff. Yeah.
wrestling games ever done. I have a Nintendo in the
Oh,
back
are you
room.
talking about the wrestling games where you don't need to pay for everything, and even if you pay for
Nope.
something, you don't get what you paid for? And
Yep.
this, yeah,
It's NWO versus WCW. You had some of the other WWF ones at the time. Fire Pro Wrestling is a very underrated, great wrestling video game. I actually have the PC newest
Agreed.
version, but I love the Fire Pro Wrestling games. So, but no, and then I'd like to get Nintendo. I actually want to get a Commodore 64. I'm going to age myself. I
Oh
owned it.
yeah,
I raised on a Commodore 64. There was Micron Wrestling where you actually just type
yeah.
in do headlock and it does, and And then there was Hockey Manager where it just has text, or one of the first RPGs. Oh God, I'm really old. You didn't see any screen. You just turn or light thing, go left, go right, and you're typing it. And Zork is one of the first RPGs that was like, it was just a typing game. And then you also have your oh god, yeah, I'm old, but I've been gaming from the beginning. And like, I want to get all these someday. I'd love to go back and play a lot of these.
Oh, there's
Just
so many great games that I
oh
would love
gosh,
to go
yeah.
back to.
King's Quest.
Yes, exactly. I've looked, through so many games, because it was like a game I remembered so well, and I was like, this is a Jet Li game, it's Jet Li game, he's the main character in this game, and I remember when I looked at YouTube, I'm just like, damn, this is a game that I used to play so much when I was young. I'm like, I would love to just go through that game again. I think it's Rise of the Dragon or something, if I don't
Yeah.
remember wrong with the name. I'm like, I really want to play that again. There's so many good games that I just wish we could play again, and yeah, a lot of
Well, I
games I need to
remember,
get.
was it on an old Sierra game? Sierra's a good company. They used to make great games. They made the adult games. I forget the name of it now. They were comedy ones, but they also made the King's Quest. Um, and they were fun. You can actually get it on Steam, the whole collection, really cheap. I want to get it someday. Actually,
Yeah,
if go back to Nintendo, one of my all-time favorite RPGs. Me and my friends back then, both owned Nintendos, and we used to get RPGs and see who could finish it first. He finished Final Fantasy first, the Nintendo version. I still owned it and I finished it, but he finished it first. Dragon Warrior came out. I finished that first. Now, of course, that's based after Dragon Quest. That's just the North American name was
yeah,
Dragon Warrior. It actually just got remastered last year. It's on my wish list in Steam. The Dragon Quest 2 and 3, and you can actually get the first one too. No, 1 and 2 was on one, and then 3 was the. So I want to get those. They're expensive, but I will get the remastered. But I have the originals on everything. The original Dragon Warrior. I love that game. I played. Actually, it's on my
yeah.
PSP. I play it sometimes even. It's like I used to own it, and I just it's one of my favorites. But it's fun to go back and play those. It's just I don't care what the graphics like. It's just fun. It's just my childhood. So you know,
Yeah, no, no, exactly. That's what it's all about. It is, the fun, it doesn't matter about the graphics and all
yeah,
that kind of stuff. It matters about the story, the fun, and there's a lot of nostalgia in it, of course.
dude,
Of
I'm
course,
gonna
there's a
say this right
lot.
now. One thing about the gaming industry. Sorry to go in here. And
Oh no, no, just
I read
continue.
about this recently. We pretty much hit the peak of graphics. Besides it being virtual and real, which will happen someday. Let's be honest, it'll look like human. We've almost hit. We don't need to worry about graphics anymore. You're at your peak. You need a freaking $10,000 computer to run them anyway. Like Cyberpunk. I've seen Cyberpunk maxed out. It looks photographic. It's amazing. Don't get me wrong, it's beautiful. Guys riding on one of the motorbikes with all the mods, it looks human. It looks real, like you're reading ride a motorbike. The way the line, ray tracing, everything. We don't need to worry about graphics anymore. Start telling stories again. Don't worry about the fanciest and newest. You hit it. You're at your peak now. We don't need better. Just worry about better
Yeah,
stories.
no,
Worry about better
exactly.
games. Oh, I'm
Yeah,
just
no,
yeah,
since we are going off rail and just having a great talk about games now because we don't do that often. I have an Xbox, and I buy games on it. I know it's digital, but it is a Series S, that I have in my room.
yeah.
Um, and it's just there, to watch, Netflix with the wife, and sometimes I just play some games while I relax, and I go through the catalog. I bought a couple of games. I also bought, the good old Blade Runner game, the good old Blade Runner click game.
I got that on PC.
Uh,
Yep, I know it. Yeah,
yes, I have that on PC also. It is an amazing game, People say, "Oh, it's so bad because it's so boring because you have to click and like." That's how the games were at that time, and I love those kind of games. It's a lot of fun.
yeah.
Um, so I go through a lot of the old catalogs. I always try to find like older games. Recently, I got the Mirror's Edge games again.
I love those.
They are amazing.
Oh yeah.
They are so fun. It is sad, because the second one kind of flopped, so they never continued.
No, no, no.
But I will say I love the first one, and I love the unique animation style they did for the first one. I also love the upgraded animation they did for the second, and I highly enjoy, the universe, and it is a cyberpunk Blade Runner-ish universe,
And if you don't like
and
heights, it freaks you out. Oh,
but
gosh.
what I like about those games that they are also really challenging on certain parts of the game when you are gonna do the
Oh,
parkour. They
yep.
are really challenging, and that's something I miss about with the older games, because I feel a lot of games these days are so simple that it's easy to beat in like 1 day or 2 days. It gets too simple. You get my drift? Like it
It
feels too
holds your hand.
simple.
It's hand holding. It's like, no, I remember the days you can't know where you're going. You got to guess. You got to go. I'm gonna maybe I
Yes,
go here. No, no, no. Nowadays, here's the on the
exactly,
map. Boom. Here's an arrow. Okay, that's easy.
exactly. And I really miss that hardship that you in the end you feel you earned the ending of the game after
Yeah.
all you've done. It's like you feel that ending. It's like, oh, after with Mirror's Edge, it's just like after all the parkour, all the times I die, all the times I fail, finally here now in the end it all paid off. Now I'm happy.
No.
I
Yeah.
miss that feeling, and I miss that in games.
It's an accomplishment.
It is. It's an
Yeah.
accomplishment, and it's a great feeling. But a lot of gamers today, they're not like that. They just play the game and they're done. A lot of
Yeah.
them.
I'm like, you're not appreciating the actual game, and like that's why it's just I don't get it. It's like, yeah.
That is the sad part. No, so I try to find a lot of these good old games. I recently, I've had a game for a while, but on Xbox they had. You remember, Star Wars: The Revenge of the Sith? I decided to buy the game again,
Hmm.
and I remember the Revenge of the Sith game. Used to play that, so amazingly much. I was, well, as a kid, that was my favorite game. Because Star Wars. The
Yeah.
Revenge of the Sith. Star Wars, and it's a unique game. It's really well done. It's really fun, and oh my lord, it was hard to go back to it because I don't remember the buttons,
Yeah.
and it is
Yeah.
really hard. And I'm like, shit, man, I need to learn all this stuff again. And like, but it was so fun, just go back to that old game.
Oh yeah. No, there's and am I saying that new games aren't what? Um,
Yeah, I understand that. And PC
uh,
rules. Yes, it
yeah,
does.
yeah, it does. Like now, I still got to get you to play Days Gone and get your opinion on it. You got to do it. It's one of the new modern games that I actually love. I do.
Yeah.
Like
But of course, there are modern games that are good. You just have to find what is in your interest.
well, I mean, my all-time favorite was Fallout 3 until Days Gone came along. Now, speaking of Fallout, Bethesda doesn't own the rights. It's Happy Obsidian now owns. They're going to be doing the classic Fallout games again. They don't know there might be a new one coming out from
Yeah.
Obsidian. They're the ones who did New Vegas, which is everybody's favorite, which I like. Don't be wrong, I love 3 better, but now with
Yeah.
Obsidian back in control, I'm like, oh, that's interesting. But there's
That
also
can be
talk
interesting.
there's talk of a new Fallout game now. Now, let's be honest, they hadn't introduced a new Elder Scrolls, what, 6 years ago? So it's coming out. No, it's not. It's probably still 5 years away. So that means the new Fallout game for them will be like 10 years away. So it's like, but there's going to be a remaster. Chances are they're going to remaster New Vegas and 3, and I'm
Yeah.
getting them. Because I liked the Oblivion remaster. I still have got to finish it, actually. I got to go back but I loved the remastered. It was done with the Creation Engine for the game, but they
Yes.
used Unreal Engine for the graphics. So, and yeah,
Yep.
the bugs are still in it, but then so are the exploits. And if you know any secret exploits, you know how to copy things. It's like, yeah, it's a cheat, but
No, yeah,
sometimes
no, of course.
it's
Yes, of
fun. I
course.
play it I finished it 5 times before. So I don't, after you finish the game 5 times, you're like, okay, I can have fun with it and use the exploits. But I'm looking forward to. I think 3 again. I've played 3 so many times now. Funny, and I like to see an Unreal Engine version, and I'd like to see an Unreal New Vegas as well. They'll still have the bugs probably, but it'll be fun. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. and no, a lot of fun. I am gonna try to get Days Gone at some point. I know I have to.
Such a good game. To me, I'm going to say this right now. I love the fact that it's not just a great game. You gotta manage your bike, by the way, too, in it. Your motorbike is like a crucial part of you. If you're not managing it, runs out of gas, you're stuck in the middle of nowhere. So you have to walk for miles, and you got zombies around you at all times, depending on the day or night, depending on how more are out. And you also got to manage your health, your everything, and on top of that, the playability is amazing. It plays perfectly, I think. Anyway, just everything about it.
Love you too,
And
brother.
same here, brother. And the fact that the story you're having, of course, Sam who does the main voice, but you have a lot the side characters. Boozer, his best friend. It's kind of like a buddy romance. They're straight biker guys, but they're like best friends, eh? And they're at each other, and it just tells a good story. And then he goes to some of the camps, and
Yeah,
Ricky, I like her. She's one of his old friends from she rode with him before. Her character's awesome, and there's so many good characters in this game. I'm like, you get it's just such it's storytelling. It's one of the best told stories ever. And the way it ended, you're like, it's just so good. It's such an in-depth story.
yeah,
There's vast worlds, and the fact that you can take like the sawmill's the worst. That's where you get hordes. You can have close to 1,000 zombies chasing you, and that's not even a lie. It's like,
yeah.
oh, talk about scaring. You're like, oh, come on, come on, come on, come on. And it scares the crap out of you when you first see it. You're like, you'll get smaller hordes and bigger hordes, and you got to learn to take them out over time. Trust me, it's
Yeah,
rinse and repeat. But oh, it's and the different types of zombies, and it's just so much to it. It's just oh yeah, it's so good.
yeah, yeah. But other than that, we are gonna wrap up. We railed off a little because we have a nice chat, and
To
in the
me, I'm going to say
meanwhile,
this right now. I find this is the best way to do it because you have your articles, but we can also talk because people just
oh
want to hear us
yeah, of
talk about
course.
nerd stuff. So hey, and just not about other certain things and stuff like we did last time. That was my fault too. Uh,
Yeah, but no, it's always nice to talk some geek stuff, and in the
hell yeah.
meanwhile, I was working on something. Um, so yeah, we're gonna start wrapping stuff up. So we're gonna start with, of course, the only person in the only co-host in this room,
Me,
you, Tom.
hey! Hopefully, I can get a new microphone. I got to get an XLR mic, and that's my goal now because I nobody can repair my other. I might try it if I don't find a person to repair it in 3 weeks. I'll just watch a YouTube video and hopefully figure it out. But if it doesn't work, then I'll have to get a new one. I got the snowball for now, but we'll see. What am I doing? I'll be on Mike's show in about what time is it now? Actually, under an hour. So I gotta go get another tea, and I'll be on Comic Relief Crusader here in under an hour on Titillating Tuesdays. I have a feeling we
Yes.
might talk about similar things, but that's okay. Um,
Oh yeah.
myself, I've kind of, I don't know, my YouTube career, weird thing. I've been doing Foggy Brains almost 13, 14 years. I kind of brought that back once a month. Techno Sapien Geek, I'm doing vlogs over there, but I might carry them over to my professional side of Thomas Haley Creations, which I've just renamed Thomas Haley, my name. So I might move my serious work. Like Peter McKinnon, if anybody knows who he is, he's a photographer, filmmaker here in Canada. Similar to like Casey Neistat, which I mentioned before. They're both like they got in their things on documentary filmmaking, stuff like that. He inspires me. He's younger than me, and such an inspiring guy, Peter McKinnon. And I'd like to have a channel like that where I can teach people to do photography, maybe get to review certain camera companies will send me cameras.
Yeah.
I'd like to do travel vlogging as well, like get to travel the world, stay here, stay there, take vlogs, take pictures, do books, do prints. Like he actually mentioned recently. And one thing I'll say this before I go is he actually, one of his videos recently, he said, interacting with social media, don't just read it, interact. Start, and that's what I'm going to start
Yeah.
doing. I did 2 lives last night on my walk home. I started talking about my future and what I want to do. I just said, let's go Facebook Live. Boom. And I did a live on the walk home because what the heck, let's be more interactive with people. Get their face out there. I'm going to start posting more pictures on Instagram again and Vero and X and start taking my photography seriously more. So I'm going to be more interactive. My Thomas Helly creations, I got to start growing. I only got 8 people on that, but I never pushed that as a channel. But I'm going to start using that as a professional channel. Techno Sapient Geek, I might start game streaming on there and just having fun as a geek. Just going to turn into a pure geek. Me and my AI will do some stuff, and then Foggy Brains just once a month if I can get more friends involved. Doing comedy twice or 3 times a month, we'll see. Managing 3 YouTubes is a pain, but it's fun. So, and I'm doing my prints and my book. I've actually got everything organized in my Lightroom. The last 2 days I've been organizing, so now I'm going to start picking what's going to be sold as prints. I'm going to pick 50, 25 black and white, 25 color. I'm going to start selling them as prints, and then I'm going to put together my book hopefully
Yeah.
by the end of this month, maybe. And I'm going to try to sell it to our local city of St. John and say, hey, maybe invest into me in tourism. Give me $1,000,000 and send this around the country. I don't know, but we'll see. I'm just going to get that book printed, my prints, and my calendar's got to be done here by September because I do those every year. So I'll get that put together as well. But that's about it. I'm just busy, but I like it. And my physical health, well, that's a
Yeah, no,
different story.
exactly.
But yeah, that's what I'm up to, really. So
Yeah, no, I hope I hope you and Mike are gonna have a great stream later. Uh, I will absolutely watch the replay when I wake up because I also need to sleep after
yes,
this.
exactly. Yeah.
And maybe I will get some food and then I will go to sleep. But no, have a great show, man. And for me, sorry that I'm a little bit tired. It's late here. Been a long day. Been stressing with the power stuff. A lot of stuff going on with that bullshit in this house.
Mhm.
But it looks like everything is gonna be sorted out. I hope. If not, I'm just gonna, I'm not gonna let the landlord go, slip away with anything.
No,
That's
I'm
all I'm gonna
lucky. I got
say.
good landlords, so that goodness. So yeah.
Yeah, well, my landlord is younger than me. Uh, that's
So
the
is
worst.
mine. So is mine. But they're much younger. They're only
I,
like in their.
yeah,
But he's a
I'm
good
younger than
guy.
you too.
But yeah, but it's funny. His parents used to own this place. They sold it to him. But I
I can
remember.
say like this: he's younger than my sister, and
Oh
she's
wow,
young.
that's his. How do you get the money to own a place that young? Holy crap!
Family. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna dox who the person is or anything, but I'm just gonna say he needs to learn how to rent.
yeah. I'm lucky. Mine are
Um,
young, but they're good. They're
yeah,
good
yeah.
people, hardworking. So yeah.
So then you guys understand why I stress a little with this because when you have an incompetent house own lord that doesn't do their job. But that's how it is. But other than that, what's coming up for me? Well, I am gonna start working on music again soon. I actually did start work a little bit on some a new song, new, a song that's been in the works. I did start to do some vocals for it again, some new vocals. But in August, we are gonna go full out, me and the band, to do some new stuff. We're gonna continue with the song we're working on now. We're gonna do the cover, reimagined cover with Håkon. We are gonna try to, get it finalized and do it the way we want it to be. So working on that. So it's gonna be a lot of music soon. And then again, I did finish up my book, The Last Gamble, just going through some, grammar and all the boring parts of doing a book.
Mm.
So going through that when I have time, I'm really excited to get it out. Excited for people to read it. It's my favorite book that I have made. It is my second book that I'm gonna publish. Not my second story I've ever created. I've created multiple stories that I've never made into books, but this is my favorite of stuff that I've done for years. I had a really fun time with this. Um, and what else? You can, of course, always find me here on 540 Studio. Even though we do not stream regular in the ways we used to do, there are a lot of changes that will happen with this channel and what I want to do with it. Um, so, things will happen here. It will change. It's going to be, maybe a little bit different, Um, if you don't like the changes, well, all I kind of say, if you just ditch us because of the changes that will happen, well, you never was a fan to begin with. Doesn't bother me.
Nerds being
It's not
nerds. That's all it is. Just
that.
yes.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Um, and but every time I'm gonna guest up to somebody with somebody, if I get to join Comic Relief Crusader on some of his streams at some point when he needs me and wants me, and hopefully get a new computer, bro. Love
I'm
you.
working on it.
Uh,
I'm trying to get donations of laptops. I said I'm going to repair one and send it to him.
yes,
So yeah,
exactly. And
there's the
no,
train.
and of course, I also try to join Violent Revival as often as I can. I will try to join at some point again with some music that really interests me. I'm also his official producer on the show. I have a great time doing that. And if you are in the need of a film slash movie editor and stuff like that, you can always hire me. You can always find me on X. You can also find me on Facebook. Mainly, I am on X. That is my main platform for work. But my Facebook is also halfway a work account. But you can find me on both those platforms if you ever want to hire a film slash video editor. It doesn't matter to me what stuff you are gonna make and stuff like that. Of course, I'm not gonna do certain stuff if you want to hire me. I'm not gonna do certain things, edit certain things on the internet. Find someone else. I'm a Christian man. I have my value, I have my views and values in life. But everything else, when it comes to serious stuff in the film world, you can always, hire me. And other than that, nothing else coming up. Um, so with that, as I always say, just remember, life's too short. Make the most of it. And we in 540 Studio, we love you and appreciate you. And we will see you next time. Goodbye, everybody. Have a great time. And if you're gonna continue watching Tom, please go over to Comic Relief Crusader to continue watching them over there. Goodbye, everybody. God bless you all.
Peace.